Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm going to show you my round 3 game played at Parma this Tuesday against Jim Nix. And this is a critical game because, okay, walking into this, I'm 1-1. I'm sitting really close to my peak rating of 1791. I was rated 1780, and Jim Nix is currently rated 1809. But, I mean, he's been over 2000 in the past. He's basically like USCF expert strength. And he's also had my number the last few times. So this is going to be an important game for me, right? If I win, maybe I achieve one of my goals I've been going for a long time. And if I lose, I'm going to get farther away from my goal again. Okay. So I opened with e4, and he shocked me right on move 2. Because he played c5. I have never seen him play this move ever. I mean, I guess I kind of knew that he plays it, but he's never played it against me. We've played so many times. He almost always plays e5 against me. And we've had Evan's Gambit games go like this, where I play Evan's Gambit. And I also prepared a line. So I thought if he went bishop c5, I was going to play this c3 move, which I kind of like these days. And I know he likes queen e7, and I was planning some stuff here, but he might watch this video, so I'm going to stop there. Okay, but now he'll probably just avoid it anyway. Okay, but yeah, he went c5. So, okay, d4, and I'm thinking, okay, don't let me down now, Morra Gambit. I need you. Come on, Morra Gambit. So he took once, I played c3, and I'm like, please take my pawn. But he must have heard me because he didn't take. He played d5, declining the gambit. Okay, and this is definitely a move. It's a respectable move, I'm pretty sure. And I just call this the Scandi formation. I think that's what it's called. I'll check the opening book. Does it say, or? Yeah, it is called that. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we should just take that pawn, so I did. And he took with a queen. Okay. And now I almost played knight f3, but I actually think knight f3 is a little bit, maybe a slight mistake. I'm not sure, because I thought, what if he pins me here? I'm not exactly sure what to do. I'm going to ask the computer. Yeah, I guess we have to go... I mean, we could play bishop e2. We could do this. But then what if he took? Like, I don't really want to mess up my pawns like this. Computer's totally fine with this. It's following the same principle I said in game 2. We have 2 bishops to compensate for the wrecked pawns. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I actually play positions like this. In the pan of attack and in the Caro-Kann. So I wouldn't be totally upset with this. And I do like our light square bishop, and this diagonal looks weak. But it is queen's traded off as well. So I would probably play like this. Oh, computer likes black. No, computer's liking black. It says this is equal, but here it likes black. Okay. Yeah, and the other option we have actually is to play bishop e2, but this is not how I like to play chess. I mean, they can't take here because their queen's hanging, but okay. But yeah, ooh, they could play d3. I swear I've had blitz games like this where I didn't like these positions too much. Yeah, so again, they can mess up our pawns. We have 2 bishops to compensate. Computer likes white a little bit. Okay, anyway. Sorry for the tangent, but I was not feeling knight f3. I didn't want to play it. So I played this, which is a better move. And he went knight c6, which I was hoping for. And then I played knight to f3. Now if he pins me, I think this is different. Because I can go knight c3 that attacks the queen. Now we can go into a crazy line, but I was kind of hoping that we would. It's one that I've looked at before. I think it's even the best move to now take the knight. Okay, because that does attack our queen. So I take their queen. They take my queen. Now check. King moves over. I take the rook. Now their bishop's attacked. They would probably retreat somewhere. I don't know, there. Then we can attack this knight. Then the knight can come in, try to fork us. I was thinking, if we have this kind of game, I've studied these positions a bit, and I would at least have some ideas, and it would be an interesting battle. It'd be an interesting battle, I think. So I was kind of hoping for this, and I think that was his best try. Instead, though, he played queen to d8, which looked suspicious to me. Looked very suspicious to me, because now I can play d5. So, like, in these isolated queen pawn positions, if you can get this early d5, it's often really nice. If black is more developed and they have a pawn on e6, it might just be a bunch of trades and it might just be equal. But in this position, this is not equal. This is not equal. This is like better for white, I thought. So I'm going to check with the computer. Okay, computer says +4. Of course it does. +4. Okay, all right. So now he has a problem, right? Because he wants to go knight e5. And I think that I was actually calculating this. And I thought, can I sack my queen here? It's possible. Well, let's calculate together. Knight takes knight. Bishop takes queen. Bishop b5 check. Yeah, how do you get out of check there? You have to play this move. Okay, and then I take with check. King here. Yeah, and then maybe I just take the bishop. That should be winning, right? This looks really good. So I could just take the knight, that means. Wondering if I should have taken with the knight, though. Maybe that'd be better. I actually think taking with the knight is better, but I'll tell you why in a second. I mean, I could do this. Then I thought, oh, but if they do this, trying to misplace my knight, then we win the rook. Okay, I didn't consider that. Yeah, so this probably is right. So let's see. Yeah, white's just winning. We can actually take that knight. So he saw that, which is good. But I saw it too. Yeah, and he can't go here because I just take, right? I just take. So he decided to throw in this move. But I was quite happy to see this because now I've got two bishops. That weakens that diagonal even more, which is already very weak. And now he goes knight e5 with the idea of helping to defend. So of course I checked here, knight d7. And okay, I thought a little here and I'm like, okay, you know, let's finish our development. I thought if I just play normal though, black might be able to untangle. They really just need to get this move, this move, this move. I feel like if they get that, then they can castle next and they're going to be probably okay. That's kind of what I thought. Let's just play it out and see if that's true. Like, let's say I castle, he goes knight f6. And let's say we just play like normal. Like we're just playing for development or something. I would expect g6. Computer wants to throw in a6, which makes a lot of sense. They could even throw this in too. Okay, then g6. Huh. Computer still likes white a lot. Wow, because we have d6 here. Okay, let's go bishop f4. Bishop g7. Wow, I was wrong. This is still like completely winning for white. It's hard to see why though to me. Actually, it's not that hard. This is pinned. Okay, let's attack it. If they go e6, yeah, time to sack. Wow, so our development still works. This is still working pretty well. Yeah, do you really want a rook on e7 in your position if you're black? I don't think so. I really don't think that you want that. So, wow. So that actually does work out. Okay, I thought he might be okay. Turns out I was wrong. I could have just simply played like that. So I actually did castle. Okay, he goes knight f6, and I had this idea to go bishop g5. I thought this is an interesting move. My idea is that I could take this knight, and he will have to take back with the pawn, and it's going to kind of wreck his kingside if that happens. And if he takes this way, keeping everything together, this pawn becomes a pass pawn. I just thought this was definitely an advantage for white. Okay, so he goes a6, and I go ahead and take the knight. Okay, so I take the knight. He takes my bishop, but now I get to keep my bishop with bishop h4. And my bishop's pinning this pawn, and I'm threatening d6. Okay, so he plays queen b6, getting out of that pin, protecting everything, you know. He's trying to, you know, well, I guess the knight's not protected, but he's kind of protecting everything. He's holding the d6 square. And okay. So here I played d6. Okay, now this may have been premature. I maybe should have played, like National Master Bill Wright said I should just go here, he thought. Just something like this. Because I'm still, like, d6 is still a huge threat here. And yeah, I don't know what white should do there, but okay, in that game, I went d6 immediately. Computer actually doesn't hate it. I was checking to see. Doesn't hate it at all, although it likes rook f to e1 way better. Yeah, okay, that makes d6 a way more. Okay, and let's say they go, I don't know what they should do, honestly. Say they go here. Now d6. Okay, if they go e6, now look at their dark squares. So weak. Yeah, then we get this. Okay. So g6 can't even be played, which means black just doesn't have any moves, right? Like if they try e6. I mean, you can't play like that. I don't think. There's no way, right? Computer gives knight d5. The pawn's pinned. And if they move the queen, wow, the queen's going to get attacked a lot, seems like. If you go here, I'd probably bring the rook over. Oh, actually, no. That queen can't do this because of this, right? That's a fork. So where does the queen go here? We could still do this. Yeah, this is not going to be good. I mean, we can just win that pawn no matter what, so. Okay. But I played d6 here, and he went e6. Okay. Whew. All right, so at this point in the game, I felt like I might have misstepped a little bit, but I thought there still has to be something good for white. And I thought for a really long time, and I came up with an idea. Turns out my idea is not the best, but it is interesting. Okay, I played rook a. Wait, I played rook f to d1. Rook f to d1. And I think you might know what my idea was, if you know me, which you do. Actually, you don't. I was thinking if bishop takes, which was played, I'm going to sack my rook. Okay, I need Gotham chess up in here, because someone's got to yell it. Hope you're yelling it at home. Yeah, I took with the rook. Like, let's go. And the idea is that this bishop's quite good, right? He played e6, and my bishop's slicing into the position. If he wants to block it, he'll have to really weaken things over here. So, I mean, this bishop is quite good, and I'm also could come to this diagonal, and, you know, you can see I'm going to take on b5 next. So he took, I took with the knight. Okay, and here he goes queen c5, right? Like, so he's got to stop the fork. He has to keep defending that. So I actually thought queen b6 looked kind of worrisome to me. Part of the problem here is that I would love to play a4, but then I think he could just take the knight. That would be pretty tragic. If I take back, I actually get checkmated. So I wouldn't want that. So I can't play a4 here. I'm not sure what I would have done. Not sure at all. But he played in the game queen c5. And here I did know what I wanted to do. I played queen takes b7. Yeah, and I like this move a lot. So I'm actually putting pressure on the knight. I'm attacking the rook. I'm protecting my knight. And I'm also hitting this square, which kind of threatens knight c7. So here he didn't know what to do. He played rook to c8. And then let's see if you can find the move that I played. Pause your video if you like. Of course, queen takes c8 check. The winning move, yeah. This is really fun to play. He just simply resigned here. But the reason he resigned is because if he takes, we get this fork. Notice the king can't even come to d8. Our bishop's doing a great job. So he would have to go here, and we just win a lot of material, and this is just going to be game over. So, so yeah, I was pretty happy with this game. Now, it turns out that I did misplay this a bit. So it's not the best game of my life, but I'm still pretty happy with it. And let's go back to this critical moment where he could have played queen b6. Ooh, yeah, guess what? The engine actually says black is winning now. Black is the one who's better. Like, I'm just down material, I guess. It says -2 if I play queen d3. Queen d3. Yeah, I have to protect the knight. Yeah, and that just kind of loses the initiative, right? Like, he could play knight to f6. That's going to now block my bishop. Can he castle? Oh, queen d3 stops castling too, right? Hangs the knight. So, but they can play knight f6. And now they're ready to castle. And, yeah, what do I do? What do I do? I could try queen g3, I guess. Then if they take here, I take here. That looks good. But maybe he could just play king f8. Stop the threat. Now he's still attacking the knight. Yeah, I don't know. And if I just do something like this, he's probably going to just coordinate now. He could even go h5. And I think maybe this is an idea. He would have to first protect the knight, though. Maybe he can just start coming in. Yeah, so this is lost for white. Or, yeah, lost for white. The other thing I want to know is, let's see what I could have done besides sacking the exchange, because I will ask the computer now. I was considering just normal rook moves here. And I was considering knight to e4 as well. Knight e4 is the best move, so let's try to see why. It does protect the pawn, so that is nice. Now he could take anyway, which I thought he would. Computer says just take it. Okay. And then go rook f d1. That attacks the queen. Oh. We've got some pressure there. That's for sure. Okay, where would the queen go? They're saying queen c6. Maintaining this so that they could castle. And trying to trade queens. Then we go queen g3. Okay, can they castle? Yeah. This is still winning, apparently. It's winning because rook ac1 attacks the queen. They're going to have to keep protecting that knight. There isn't a way to do it. Wow. Wow. Best move is queen takes c1, which just means there's no way to not lose that knight. Wow. Wow, they can't trade queens or anything. This is rough. Okay, let's just play here. I don't know what else to do. We win the knight. Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of material. So we just win material. Huh. Okay, I like my way better. Let's just stack the exchange. I get a pawn for it, you know. And I also get, you know, hopefully 2 connected pass pawns if I can win this. Oh, I remember what else. Like on queen b6, I was actually planning this move. What did the engine have against this? Because it would be scary for black, at least, because I could play here. This king has to go to f8 and I take, but okay, computer says this endgame is actually winning for black. So black's up material. They can just play rook b8. Oh, they're going to win that pawn back right away. I didn't really think that far. So they win the pawn back right away. Okay, I mean, I have this passed pawn. But then f6 blocking my bishop. Okay. King 7. Attack the knight. We protect it. Yeah, I guess this is winning for black somehow. Well, they're getting fully coordinated. This pawn's not quite far enough. They're going to be able to blockade it with their rook and probably win it. And we're now the ones that need to coordinate better. Our king's less active and our bishop's terrible now. Our rook's passive. And this pawn's a little too weak. And then if they win that pawn's going to save the day for black. So interesting. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'm happy to say that this win actually did take me probably past my peak rating. I only have the rating estimator at this point, but it estimated 1794, which would break my peak rating by 3 rating points. So that is super exciting for me, and I'm super close to 1800 still. I've been trying to break my peak rating ever since I switched to 1e4 and I threw out everything I knew about chess and started from square one with Calvin Blocker and Michael Jolson, and that caused me to lose all my rating points. So when I hit 1791, sorry, I guess it's story time, but when I was 1791, I remember that night that my opponents just blundered. Like, they played horrible. Like 2 out of 3 games, my opponents just like hung a piece for like no reason at all. So I didn't even play that well, and I was like, wow, it's so easy to get to 1791. Like wow, chess is, you know, these players aren't that good. But looking back, you know, I just had a lucky night is really what happened. And then when I started playing 1e4, and I had to actually play real chess and calculate tactics in the opening, I was just getting crushed, and I dropped to my floor. Like, over the next 2 months, I just went straight down, all the way down to 1500, sat on my floor for like another couple months, which basically means my true strength was under 1500, right? Like in the new way of playing. And I have worked myself up from there. So I want to say that was 2 or 3 years ago now. Probably 2, but no, probably 3. So it has been quite a journey. And but I did manage to pick myself up off the floor. I never backslid back into d4. I just studied, trained hard, and look now. Now I'm playing chess like a crazy person, and I love it. I'm better tactically. I invite complications instead of being scared of them. And I'm now, I got my rating back up to where it was at its peak when I was a D4 player. And now I feel like I'm in a position to go farther. When before, I have a feeling that had I continued on that path with D4 and playing scared, I would have hit a point where I just can't get any better. That's probably what would have happened, and I would have had to do this same thing later. So I'm really happy with the direction I got from my coaches. And okay, that concludes story time with Stacia. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.